Welcome to another week of Twist Off, and this week we are going back to school. Just like Marty McFly going back in time, we're taking it back to the basics. But first, let's talk to our guest, David Schlotter. David,
what's up?
What do you do here?
I don't know.
You're barely here.
I'm barely here, but I'm always here.
Yeah.
Barely here, but you're always here.
In our hearts.
I'm always here. In your hearts and on workplace and everywhere you look.
A lot on workplace.
Like if you scroll through Facebook, every fourth thing is going to be something I was involved with.
Every fourth.
Yeah.
You've counted those?
I've went through a few times and
So you should get 25% of the company revenue.
I mean, I'd be happy with 20.
Okay. Let me talk to some people.
Okay, cool.
Well, today we are going to be sipping on some cream soda, not some, what were we doing? Like aged-barreled root beer last time?
Cane sugar.
Cane sugar.
It was sugar from canes. I didn't know my dad's cane had sugar in it.
That's what gives it its weight.
Yeah, of course.
We got Town Club.
Yeah, Town Club. I haven't heard of this one, but it was in our reserve.
Fans submitted
So twist it off and we'll pour some. We only got 2 bottles. We got to work on the what do you call it?
What's this rating scale you guys go by?
We gotta
I've seen
work-
a few
we
of
gotta
these
work-
episodes, and the rating scale's been different every time.
We got to work on our stock of
Yeah,
root
we have
beers
to
and cream
stock
soda. So
up.
let's pour some in there for Max because we only have 2 bottles. So we apologize, Max. You got to drink out of the lame orange cups versus we get to sip off the glass.
This will actually take part later on in the episode, so stay tuned.
Damn, that's good.
I love vanilla cream.
Well, that's really.
I forget what we rated the first cream soda we tried. I think I gave it around a 7. I'm going to give this one 8.2. Wow. I think this is the highest a cream soda can go for me. I'm not a crazy cream soda guy. I'm more root beer. But
I'm going to revise mine. I'm going to go 8.5.
8.5. Wow. So I'm the hater here. So I said in the beginning of the episode that we're going back to school, Marty McFly style, back in time.
Were you around when that was up? Like that came out?
No, I watched it a lot though.
You know, my dad's buddy growing up had a DeLorean. I hit
Really?
my head on it. Like I got out of the car when I was a little kid and you stand up, hit your freaking head in the floor right there.
Well, they're reviving them and turning them into like electric cars.
It doesn't even look the same. It's weird.
Yeah, they should just keep it the
Did
same.
you know? So, sidebar, there is a documentary on Netflix on the DeLorean and how John DeLorean did it and all the things that happened. I think there was a big drug issue at one point with like he was involved in a drug deal to get money to keep funding the company. It was bizarre.
Wow.
But the guy comes out, his son comes out of his little townhome and he's sitting there talking about stuff in their family. And I'm like, holy shit, that's the Brent Spence Bridge behind, the bridge where you lost your drone.
Yeah.
The kid apparently lives down next to the Brent Spence Bridge.
Wow.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cincinnati win right there.
That was right when that exact place when you first got your drone. And we were filming at, what is the Irish restaurant down there? Molly Malone?
Molly
No.
Malone's.
Molly
Yeah.
Malone's.
Yeah.
You're flying this drone. It's over top the bridge, the river.
I was all alone, and then Matt came up. He's like, "How's it look?" It's like, "Well, I can't see it."
And the battery went dead on his phone. And so we're looking. He's like, I don't know what happens. I think it comes back. Because I think that was your first drone.
It was one of my first.
Yeah, and you're
ones.
like, I think
Yeah.
it comes back, but I'm not sure. So we're just standing there looking everywhere.
And I don't know about you, Max, but I'm always nervous when I fly my drone,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
like somewhere like down by the river with the city there.
But what was insane was that out of nowhere you hear this right behind you.
Yeah.
Came
But I
right
interrupted. Back to Marty McFly. Sorry.
Oh, so we're taking it back to the basics.
Screwed the whole podcast up.
Going back, we're going to be learning about the alphabet today.
Shit.
Yeah. More specifically, something later on in the alphabet called X. Have you
On
heard
Twitter?
about the Twitter turning to X?
Yeah. Did you know he's owned X.com for 20 years?
Are you serious?
That's why he got fired from, what was the company that he was part of? It was, oh shoot, we're going to have to
Find
find that somewhere. He owned he was a part owner or something in a bigger company, and he was like, hey, I just bought X.com. We are going to change the name to this. And they were like, no, not at all.
Well, we'll use this website called Google.
Yeah, check Google it.
What company was Elon Musk fired from for using X.com?
Yeah, but they rebranded the whole site. Like, I
PayPal?
woke up-
Yeah, he was part of PayPal.
That's
I
what
didn't
it
know that.
was.
That was his
Yeah.
first big business news, which was him getting fired for pitching X.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, well, there you go.
Google,
by the way. It's google.com.
And his most recent kid his first letter was X before the equation that came after that. It was XAE.
I think it's great because it puts him back in the news.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all it's done is he changed the name. I mean, I don't think they're going to call him Tweets now, or they're going to call him something else. But I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to owning the news. It's like when IHOP a while back said they were going to change their name from International House of Pancakes to IHOP. International House of Burgers, and people were like, "What the hell are you guys on?" Like, people took it serious.
Oh, there were some people that were offended.
Oh, yeah, it was all over the place, and then it was apparently a prank or it was only for a couple months or a month or during our burger rollout.
It's pretty interesting because I've seen a couple. Yeah, he's getting in the news and he's pretty relevant right now. But there's a couple other things where it's like changing the color from blue to black or changing the iconic Twitter bird to just a letter. People are starting to disassociate that app as Twitter now because everything is changing so much. Was it worth the acquisition and buying such a big name just to change everything?
I don't personally. Well, I'll let you chime in first, and I'll tell you my opinion.
Well, I think he's getting the user base, which I think is the most important thing to him, and I think that shines through the acquisition because that was one of the biggest things that he was trying to buy it for cheaper through is how many fake accounts there were. So he was able to get rid of those, get down to the brass tacks of how many users he was actually acquiring. And I think after he knew that, it makes sense to buy it for him. And now rebranding it doesn't matter because he already has people that are using it. Like, I don't think the brand name will affect
somebody that's tweeting every day.
I'm
out.
Yeah.
Screw this. Not Twitter anymore.
Go on Threads.
People, it's an addiction, I think. Like, it's easy to just type something up. You went through a while of tweeting your thoughts.
Yeah, I didn't give.
They're actually calling it twitting now. Yeah.
So I'm gonna screw both your worlds up.
Okay.
The reason he went to X, I think the reason he purchased it, I think he was financially backed by a group of people who wanted to get a media outlet that wasn't skewed the one way. I don't think it had anything to do that. The guy that much money, the connections he's got. I 100% believe it had nothing to do with buying a product and improving it. I think that a bunch of people got together and said that 90% of TV stations are skewed to one side of the political aisle. Facebook is completely skewed there. Instagram's skewed there. TikTok's owned by the Chinese government, basically. I think people got together that wanted to have a voice, and that's why the money doesn't matter. That's why the changes, it doesn't matter what they're doing. Now, I 100% believe this had nothing to do with the platform or buying a social media platform. It had to do with silencing another, what do they call it, right wing? Or left wing? What wing is it? Left wing. It had to do with silencing another voice on another platform. It had nothing to do with anything. That's why I think the X is symbolic, is canceling, Xing.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
I think it's going to come out eventually. It's had nothing to do with buying it, making it a profitable company.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, guess what? You guys squashed. Like, there's proof that came out with what they squashed with regard to with doctors that had, their own opinions on COVID and vaccinations and all that. And it all got squashed.
Yeah.
And it wasn't legit squashed. The FBI came out and squashed all the stuff about, Russia disinformation. I think it was all about getting control of a media platform and changing the narrative. Nothing else. But I agree with you. Yeah. If I drive Chevys for 30 years and Chevy says, hey, we're now the big C, and it's the same car, and I already own it,
you're used to it. It has all the features there.
Yeah, so I don't think it changed anything. The whole Threads thing died on the vine.
Well, they released it too early because they thought they were jumping on a failure, and it turned out to be like a whole nother thing came out. So they were just now they have an unfinished product that people are still a little not happy about.
It changed to X about a week after Threads, right?
Yeah. Well, yes. Yeah.
So that's pretty good time. So Elon had that in his pocket.
Oh, yeah.
So he was waiting for a reason to change it.
Yeah.
And then Zucks comes out with Threads.
Yeah.
And then Elon just says, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Or hold my cream soda.
Let me
and
take
changes the name and takes the narrative back.
Completely took the news there.
The Thread things killed me because, like, with America's Best Restaurants, I made a Threads account and it accidentally went to America's Best Restaurants because I was logged into that account.
Yeah.
And I can't make a David Schlotter one because it doesn't let you switch accounts.
There's a lot of problems right now with it.
It's just...
And you can't cancel it because if you ever canceled the Threads account, you would cancel the Instagram account.
Yeah, your whole Instagram account's done.
Yeah.
That's kind of
And
backhanded.
everyone was so blown away about how many.
Imagine if you went to a gas station and you got gas, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, your car won't run again if you don't come back to our gas station."
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm 2 hours from home.
You already got it. Sorry.
But I mean, everyone, the headlines and all the news was talking about how fast Threads blew up, all the users that it got in the first 48 hours, but it didn't, because it's just the same. It's Instagram's platform. Just
they made it so accessible.
bolting it on.
Yep.
It's not. I didn't have to do anything except click. Okay, open new app.
Smart concept. Like, honestly, smart is Instagram. I feel like a lot of the younger generations are latching on and staying with Instagram, but I feel like it wasn't done well enough to be releasable. So
everyone was so excited too about we get our whole audience right on Threads right away. And for me,
Not if they're not there.
not if they're not there. If they don't click and go over, then your audience isn't really there. And two, it was okay. Maybe you got some extra reach for 2 days when everyone was talking about it, but now it's gone because I haven't even opened it since
I've never been
2
on
days
it.
after I got it.
You guys might be too young to remember, but Google had 2 failed social media platforms.
Really?
Back when I was when we launched this company in 2008, Google had Google Wave and Google Buzz, I think. Let's see what they were called.
I
Let's
don't know
see.
about that at all.
I'm Googling.
Google censored it.
What social media platform did Google fail? Google Plus. They had something else before that. It operated until 2019, but it launched in 2011.
I remember Google Plus.
And it was going to be a big deal. But
Yeah.
they had another one before that. And
They
think
like
about that.
dipping
That's
their
the
toes in.
number one. When
Yeah.
Google Plus failed, because
Yeah.
I believe they tried to buy Facebook.
Okay.
And when Google Plus failed, they were the number one, the dominant, like they are now, search engine and online presence.
Yeah.
And they couldn't make it work.
Yeah.
So that doesn't necessarily mean just because Facebook's got Facebook and Instagram that they can push those audiences to make Threads work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that
Yeah.
because I think it has to come with the platform buy-in. It's like TikTok. People want and like that style, like consuming content in that style.
Yeah.
And that's why it was successful. It wasn't because it was like Twitter or
Yeah, I agree.
like Instagram. It was its own thing that people found that they liked to use.
Yeah,
And that's why it grew.
I personally wasn't a fan of just calling it X. I like calling it Twitter when referencing it, and when seeing it on the home screen as the X instead of the blue bird. I was like, I don't really like it, but I still use it. I still check some news on there. I'm like, all right, let me hop on for a couple minutes. But
Yeah, Wave was in 2009, and I don't think it's not what we would think about as a social media today, but it was a web computing platform and communications protocol designed to merge key features of communication media such as instant messaging, email, and other stuff. So it was like a hybrid of sorts. But
And
I guess
that's what Elon's trying to do with X.
I guess
He's
it
trying to
eventually
make a
left.
one-stop shop: social media, payments, communication, A to Z. That's what I think I see X now, or Twitter now X.
yeah, it's what they
have.
have in China, which is a super media, basically.
Yeah.
Where everything, their payments, banking, social media, directions, every single app you would need is in a super app in China. And I think that's why he wanted X is also the branding of everything that is there. It's kind of what Meta's doing. Meta's also trying to do that as well. VR, all the social medias are coming together, marketplace. It's slowly starting to merge.
Yeah, and Google Buzz became Google Plus.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that was Google Buzz for a couple years, and it became Google Plus, and then
yeah.
it basically went away. But
Give it some juice.
it was interesting. I remember back then because that's when we started this company, and we had Facebook, and we were doing stuff, and we had when these guys would come out with stuff, like we had Jeff Weiler Automotive, which was like 46, Facebook pages, 46 Twitter accounts, 46 everything.
Yeah.
So I remember when the Google thing came out, whatever it was, and I'm like, Ashley, we got to create this. So we're creating like 46 of these, and we're going through all of our clients. At one point, we had like 200 pages we managed for clients for their locations. And when somebody would come out with something new, and you're finding it died like 6 months, and you're like, damn it.
Yeah, I
Hold
saw
on.
memes on like social media manager accounts, like Threads, like all these social media managers trying to figure out how they're gonna survive and make
Yeah.
it work and all that. But
It's like they'll live.
yeah,
Well, so there was a shift from the blue logo to the black X, and we have our second subject here.
Uh-oh.
We're going to start learning about colors. Color theory.
Colors. I am a nightmare. You know that song?
No.
Oh my gosh, we got to play. It's from the movie.
When was that made?
It's from a gang movie called Colors in the 1980s with Sean Penn.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's one of the OG gang songs. That was Ice-T's big break.
Wow, Ice-T.
The very beginning was "I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking."
He just likes farming reels.
He dropped it.
Yeah, he's just getting reels back to back to back
Yep.
right now.
I'm just spitting lyrics.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So, and there's a reason why we're using the orange cups.
Oh, there
right
is
here.
a reason. So there might be a third bottle somewhere. Oh shit!
I was talking about
Trying to
the
trick us.
color theory behind marketing, and if you've noticed, if a platform or a restaurant has used either the right color theory for their marketing or the wrong, like if something is just like, no, that color does not fit the theme of your restaurant right here, because I've noticed that like you have. Well, it's funny with the Barbenheimer thing coming out, like the pink and the dark, like browns and everything.
The what?
Like Oppenheimer's reference to being like dark gray, dark brown.
Yeah.
While Barbie is like all pink and
and
white
white.
and
Oh, okay.
everything.
Yeah.
But it's juxtaposition right there. But it also shows the theme of everything with the colors.
Yeah.
I had a question if, has any restaurant been completely off?
I can't think of seeing a color and thinking it didn't jive with the restaurant,
Yeah.
but I've been in restaurants where the vibe didn't go with the name.
Yeah.
To where I walk into a Hawaiian themed restaurant or tropical brand and it's drywall, drop ceilings,
Oh, yeah.
gray and black. It's like, what? Did you put no effort?
Well, you
The
gotta
other
put
day
the-
we talked yesterday. Shaheen had a restaurant we talked to that's looking at becoming a client of the company on the marketing side, and this green they used just popped. And like the inside, the green, they had this giant piece of artwork that was like in front of it that was green also. This really nice live edge bar they spent a bunch of money on. And I said, I don't know who in the hell designed the inside of your restaurant, but on Zoom it looks unbelievable. And what really stuck out to me was that it didn't look like everybody else.
Yeah.
When I go to Josh Nelson's event, when we were there 2 weeks ago in Miami, there's 350 people just like us.
Yeah, they're all wearing dark navy blue polos and
All wearing-
black shirts, white
Blue,
shirts.
black, gray, white.
Yeah.
And then you see the orange.
And then you see the orange everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And what was funny, I don't know if I told you this. I don't think I did. So I'm at a table. There's 300 plus people there. I'm at a table, and I'm a coach, mentor, so I'm at a table leading these 5 guys. And this guy's sitting there. I'd never met him before. We get talking, and he finds out what we do. And so he texts his friend who owns a restaurant in Arizona. You ever heard of a guy named Matt? Do you know Matt Plapp? He was his exact
classic
text.
phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he replied back, yeah, I know Matt, comma, not personally, comma, but I listened to his podcast, and I've seen him a lot of other places. FYI, he apparently likes the color orange. And the guy sends a selfie of me and him. And the guy's like, no way. Holy shit, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But how comical is that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
it
yeah.
works. But
And I don't think you've talked about the story of the orange on this podcast.
Nope.
Like, what was the original orange?
that would
Because
be
it was a weird
I think that's
little-
got to be a next podcast. It's too long.
All right. Next
mean,
podcast, we dip a little bit more.
I'll say this. It was a complete accident of me just being apparently unaware that I was attracted to the color orange and wearing it more times than not.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then putting out a couple hundred videos in a matter of a couple months wearing an orange shirt and
Yeah.
becoming the orange man.
It just takes a little push, and maybe that's going to be one of the themes next podcast is
Oh, we could
You
do
need
orange
somebody to-
soda. We can have some orange
Oh,
soda.
there you
Ooh,
go.
we'll
One
find
thing-
some orange soda.
But on the color topic, one thing I will say is consistent. Like if you have your colors, using consistent colors.
Oh, yeah.
I overheard you telling this yesterday, but when I came on board, like it was a nightmare. Like Matt was like, "Yeah, orange. Okay, everyone knows that, but what
Yeah.
shade of orange? Is it a dark orange?
We had
Is it
like 5
bright
different
orange?"
websites.
Fine.
I mean,
Find
some of
a
the
random-
oranges looked like they were gold.
Yeah.
And then some were like yellow, but it was all orange.
Yeah.
We had the America's Best logo, my MP logo, the RMTW logo, Database Dynamite,
Yeah.
and ABR University, I think. And all
Yeah.
of them had a different shade of orange.
Yeah. So, and that's one thing that I would say is make sure it's consistent. Like
Yeah.
we have it down, like we have a Google Drive folder with every logo, the source files, different shapes, different sizes, all the different use cases. And then our fonts, the colors,
Yeah.
all of that, so that
Well, and
it's all consistent.
I bring it up because I do think colors in branding and marketing have a certain appeal to certain people, and like orange is super exciting. I know, like on Color Wheels, it's like, yeah, this is a fun, open environment. And it's just an easy Google away. You can, if you're starting a business or something like that and thinking about it, there's resources out there that.
Well,
that
I go back to the fact that you can't look like everybody else.
Yeah.
Like you've seen Arlene House, right? In this
Yeah.
area.
Oh,
What does Arlene
I
House
live
have
next
on
to
every
it.
truck?
The big old pink house.
Yeah, they got pink everything.
Yeah.
And I remember when Brian Arlene House and Dan Shields rolled that out 10 or so years ago. Like nobody wore pink, and it's like a pink and a blue, like a very specific blue.
Yeah, it's like a blue,
The blue
with
is
a
purple almost.
cartoony.
Yeah. And it sticks out.
Oh, yeah.
And like even our stuff, like when I see our team places, nobody's wearing orange. The only place I have seen orange en masse was Paris. When I was
Yeah.
in Paris, we went to like a couple of these fancy ass malls I didn't belong in, like $10,000 shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some ladies just rocking some orange gear. I'm like, look, they know.
Yeah.
They know we're good.
Yeah.
It's a good
hurt
segue
myself.
into our very, very final thing.
Very final thing.
It's geography.
Oh, shit. I'm screwed.
What is the shape of France?
Can I ask you something? Are you wasting my time? You're 20-something, and I'm out of my mind. I'm feeling seasick every time that you leave. I hope you noticed that these drugs ain't for free.